Yo, what's good, everybody? So, 2 years ago, I was a professional football player living in Poland, making just €540 a month, and I had to ring up my parents most weeks just to borrow money for groceries. Today, I'm 19, I've made multiple six figures from my laptop, and no, this is not a flex video, this is exactly how it happened. The bad bits included. So, if you're in a position that I used to be in, watch this video before you decide it's not for you. So let me actually paint the picture for you before people think footballer and think it was a glamorous lifestyle, because it was definitely not that. I was living in Poland, I didn't speak a word of the language, and I literally had no friends. My day literally consisted of waking up, training, going home, eating, and going back to sleep. That was literally all I did every single day. Financially, I was making €540 a month when my rent was literally 500. So I'll let you do the maths with that one. I basically had nothing left for food, for living, or for anything. I was ringing up my parents most weeks just so I could actually eat. At 18 years of age, that was my life. And the mental side of it is the part that people don't actually talk about. I hated it. I genuinely hated my life at that point. Now, not in a dramatic way, but like I was isolated, I was broke, I was stuck in a career path that everybody told me was the dream. But at the end of the day, I just felt trapped in it. And around that time, I seen people back home in Ireland, not randomers, people I actually knew, making money online. And that was the part that actually changed everything for me. It wasn't an ad or some random guy I've never met. It was people I actually trusted in real life doing it. And that's when it clicked for me that this could actually be my way out. Not just out of Poland, but out of football, out of being broke, out of being away from my family for so long. I saw this as the one opportunity to move back home, sort my life out, and actually build something for myself. And now, here's the honest part. I didn't actually believe it was going to work. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you I had confidence from the full way, because I didn't. In the back of my head, I genuinely thought that it might be a scam or something that just worked for other people, but not for me. Before I started, my goal was I'm a professional football player, and let's just see what I can actually get out of this Ecom thing on the side. That was it. Just low expectations. What actually pushed me to take the first step wasn't some big strategic decision. It was that I was seeking my life. I genuinely was in a bad place and needed something, anything that I could actually just grab onto. So I started. And I won't lie to you and tell you that it happened overnight, because that's the lie that gets most people. The truth is, I had to stick to this for months before I even seen any results. I was expecting a get rich quick thing in the back of my head, but if I'm honest, that's not what it is. The people who quit in week 2 or 3, they were never going to make it because they never even gave it the time that it actually needs. So I kept going, training in the day and working at night, in a country where I actually had nothing else to do anyway. And then my first sale came true. And I can't even fully explain the feeling to you. It was the best feeling I've ever experienced in my life, genuinely. I didn't even think it was real at first. Until then I was like, wait, this actually works for me as well. The moment I knew that this was actually real was when I started seeing people I knew get more and more results. And then sales started coming in more consistent for me, not just a one-off. And then I went from maybe this is real to, oh my days, this actually works. And the first thing I did, within the same week, I moved back to Ireland. Gone out of Poland, back to my family. I bought myself a BMW. And if I'm being honest, I did not even know what to do with the money at first. But the main thing I did was a smart thing. I actually took my money, I invested it all back into my business and scaled up as much as possible. And if you ask me, looking back on it right now, what's the one thing that got me here? It's not some secret strategy or hack. It's self-belief. Genuinely believing that this is something that could work for me, even though part of me doubted it, other people doubted me as well, and staying consistent on top of that. Showing up and doing work on the days that I didn't see results yet. And that's it. That's the whole secret. Belief plus consistency. Everybody wants a secret, but there isn't one. It is literally just doing the unglamorous work long enough to get the result. So, after all that, why did I end up building a community around this? And honestly, there's a few reasons. First of all, I just want to help people. I know exactly what it's like to be stuck, to be broke, to not believe it's possible. So I want to be the person to show you guys that it's actually possible. That you don't actually have to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life just because everybody else does. Second, and I'll be honest with you, I get bored easy. I always need something new to chase. And running a community is a complete new journey for me. It's exciting. It keeps me engaged in a way that running my own stores on autopilot wouldn't. And honestly, giving back to the people who actually have belief in themselves, that's one of the biggest stages where I'm at now. This is for people who are actually willing to put the work in and have belief in themselves. Even if that belief is small right now, even if it's just that, let me try this, that's enough to start. This is for the people who are sick of working a 9 to 5 grind and not as more out there. It's for those of you who don't want to waste a load of money on a 4-year college course just to end up working an average job at the end of the day. If you've ever sat there and thought, there has to be more out there for me, that's exactly why I built this. 2 years ago, I sat in a room in Poland, alone, broke, ringing my parents for grocery money, and today I get to do this. Build something on my own, help other people get out of the same position I was in, and actually live the life that I choose for myself. And that gap between those two versions of me all came down to one decision. I just started. So if any part of my story sounded like you, if you're sick of where you are and you even have a small bit of belief, that's the only requirement to start. So I put the link below. If you're interested in working one-on-one with me, just press that link, book a call, and we can have a conversation. I'm not going to tell you it's easy because it's not, but what I am going to tell you is it's possible. because I'm living proof of it. So I'll see you guys on the other side. Let's go.